you are Team Tank, things are going well for you at the Portland Trailblazers. Game 2 of the road trip after falling to the Sacramento Kings, they take on the New York Knicks, and after a scorching hot first half from Deni Avdija, the Blazers bench can give them next to nothing. 4 total points. They're outscored 23-4 by the Knicks. Oh boy, that's not going to get it done. And they end up falling 110-93, managing just 15 points in the fourth quarter.
I thought that there was a chance they were going to win that game.
The way Deni was playing, yeah.
I look up, and it's like they're just not taking him out of games, trying to win. But then they were just like, all right, we're going to surround him with whatever. We're going to put DB Hooper in. We're going to put Duop Reith in. We're just going to roll the ball out and see what happens here. Because
some might call it ethical.
It was ethical. I mean, and you can't say it's a full-on tank because Deni
played 40 minutes.
His month of March was insane. 23, 9.8 rebounds a game, so almost 23 and 10, 5.2 assists per game, and went 51, 46, 81 split shooting. That is crazy.
Over 14 games.
That is a crazy March that Deni put together, and he was the only player in the NBA to average 25 and 5 on 45% or more shooting from three. That's crazy.
So
it was a great month for him.
Deni had 2 30-point games in his career in Washington. He had 6 already with Portland this year. 5 of them have come this month.
I thought it was he had a very candid answer when he was asked about the young guys stepping up in the future. And he was like, look, everybody wants to just point at Scoot and Shea, but it's been more than them. And you could tell that what he was saying was this was different than Washington.
Yes.
Right? Where development has actually been a point of emphasis. Development has actually happened, and the results kind of have spoke for themselves. Now, it has dramatically hurt the Blazers' odds of getting a high-level draft pick, but from the player side of it, it was honest and candid that, no, look,
we've gotten better.
We have gotten better in a lot of different areas over the course of the season. As if you watch the team, they have. Now that they are out of the playoff hunt, you're starting to see that's probably what we should see moving forward, right?
I think so. And what's really interesting about Deni is, yes, the production has been otherworldly. No, I don't expect him to come in next year and average 23, 10, and 5.
I do.
But 20 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, I think that's on the menu.
Yeah.
Which, if you're a 20.5 rebound, 5 assist guy at 6'9", you got the goods.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty damn impressive. But even more than that, I think you're
better than Bub Carrington and Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah. And the second best pick you could have in 2029.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't.
Of 3.
Yes.
Second of 3.
So Deni's become not only the best player on the team, but he's becoming the face of the team. Because number one, Shaedon can't and won't do that. He will not be the voice of the team. Mm-mm. Scoot can, but he's got to be better. Deni has the right profile of being good, but also being very good with the media. He's very thoughtful. He doesn't just get out there and spit out platitudes. He's very honest. He's very thoughtful in like what he says and how he says it. A lot of times when you ask him a question, he'll ask a clarifying question. Just to like, let me make sure I'm understanding. Number one, it's English as a second language, which I think people tend to forget because Deni speaks English so well. But talking to everybody in Washington after the trade got made, they said you will love him like unabashedly as a human, but he is the most team-oriented guy you will ever be around. And as great as Deni has been, he will trade his individual production if it means they win. He doesn't. He's doing this because this is what's being asked of him. And what I don't think people know, I tweeted about this the other night. Most of what Deni does is not Chauncey Billups calling it from the bench. It is in transition, semi-transition, or recognizing a mismatch.
Yeah.
They are not running a ton of stuff for him. And yet he's still this productive and this efficient.
It's been really fun to see his growth, his development over the year. I think Toumani Camara also, undeniably, you can look at those two guys and you can say, all right, the trades that Joe Cronin in the front office made to acquire those two guys,
Fantastic.
Remember, 2 was a throw-in to the DeAndre Ayton trade. Now, it wasn't just a throw-in for Phoenix because they liked him.
Yeah, and Portland would not do the deal without Tumani Kamara.
And so that trade, it is really damn good right now. The freight at the time seemed like a lot for Deni Avdija. It's not anymore because of the production that you have seen. Those 2 guys, though, their success is going to be tied to the next player that is added to this and what that looks like. And, we talk about it till we're blue in the face that May 12th cannot come fast enough. And, we are a month and a half away from the NBA draft lottery, and the season is winding down, and the Blazers are picking up losses left and right, which is a good thing for them getting those 8th best lottery odds to potentially jump up and try to make a move into the top 4.
And for those wondering, Portland currently has the 9th best lottery odds. They are a half game ahead of the San Antonio Spurs.
All right.
And the team in front of them or behind them, however you want to place it, Chicago is at 10th. The Blazers play both of those teams. Those are wildly important games when you're talking about this stuff. I think Chicago is really pressing to try to play well to make it past the play-in, like make it into the playoffs. Like that, Chicago's beat the brakes off a couple teams lately. San Antonio, they've been frisky, but they also got absolutely slaughtered by the Cavs.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting run for the Spurs here too, because they have some games against teams that are trying to jockey for position. Orlando coming up tomorrow, I think they play Orlando. Then they have Denver, which obviously the
seeding
chunk in the West is
God knows where.
And then they have Cleveland, and then they get the Blazers, but then they have the Clippers, Warriors, and Suns. All of those teams are trying to win basketball games right now because of the way that the Western Conference is loaded up at the top. And look, Phoenix, they're still trying to get in. That Kevin Durant injury, night. I think they're done.
And here's what's also interesting. Kevin Durant has to play, I believe, 4 of the final 5 games.
Oh, really?
To make All-NBA, to hit a 65-game threshold.
I watched that game on NBA TV last night.
Oh, my
the Suns-Rockets game.
God, did they get crushed.
I've never seen... Well, actually, I have. I've watched the Blazers the last 2 seasons. Roll over quite like a team that is in contention and has something on the line. I've not seen a team roll over like the Phoenix Suns did last night.
Crazy.
It was...
Crazy work.
Like... And I say about the Blazers because Blazers haven't been playing for anything. Like, that is to be expected. That was a game where they just went, whatever. And Mike Budenholzer looked lost. Like, that stare, like he was just looking up at the 300 level the entire game. That was a rough game to watch by any measure. And I'm not a Suns fan. I was just watching it going, whoa.
The Suns fans were actively booing the Suns.
They should have.
I mean, it was bad.
It was really bad. And Dylan Brooks gets thrown out.
He campaigned for that one.
That was funny. I thought that was funny.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, it's Dylan Brooks, but everybody's like, oh, I've seen some people say, oh, the refs shouldn't have thrown him out. I'm like, he said the magic words to the refs 3 times, guys. Like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I think he had somewhere to be in Scottsdale.
Yeah, no, he 100% deserved to get run. There was no doubt about it.
The best, Bill Kennedy was on fire too.
Oh, God, he was great.
He was, because they went and they reviewed it. If you don't know what happened, Kevin Durant was driving through the lane. Dylan Brooks got physical with him. There was a whistle. They jostled back and forth.
Little tussle.
And KD does what KD does, which is probably said, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yes.
You know? And Dylan Brooks fired back, did hold me back, bro, went after KD, and he ended up cussing at the refs. He gets run.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, you can say a lot of things to the refs, but when it's bleep you,
yeah,
not what the bleep. You can drop the bleep. It's okay. But when it's directed directly at the official, automatic T every single time. Every single time.
Well, when they went to review, Bill Kennedy,
the king,
became a star.
There are a number of technical fouls have been issued. Technical foul on Durant. Technical foul on Richards. And 2 technical fouls on on Brooks, and he has been ejected.
Bill Kennedy is the king of replays. He knew exactly who was on, but he's like, let me pause for a little.
Dramatic pauses after Durant, Suns player in Phoenix. Dramatic pause on Richards, Suns player in Phoenix. And then, oh wait, who did we just throw out of the game? Oh yeah, Dylan Brooks.
The king. Bill Kennedy is the king of replays. Nobody does it better. I don't know if you caught the NCAA tournament refs trying to do that. We're going to review. And I was like, brother, have you done this before?
No, I like it.
The big lights, they're not for everybody. Bill Kennedy shines under them.
I will say this. We were talking about the Blazers start. This text on the fan text line came in. Blazers are in the race for Con Knippel. I started this charge last week. Folks, we need to temper this down a little bit. All right?
The white guy from Duke, that's the one they want.
Push the brakes on this. Con Knippel, he may get himself out of that 7 to 10 range.
He is, for everybody that I have talked to, he is locked in as a top 10 pick.
Okay. Well, hey, we need to temper these expectations a little bit, all right? Maybe we should start talking less about Con Knippel and more about Cooper Flagg's stock may be falling.
He did have a rough game.
16 points?
Yeah.
Well, where was he?
That's a number one pick.
Don't look at anything else. Don't look at no other stat there. But we need, hey, maybe Cooper Flagg isn't that guy. All right? This is what we need to do. We need to have Cooper Flagg's stock come down a little bit. Stop talking about Con Knippel, all right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right? This team needs shooters, okay? If the Blazers are going to win too many games to go up and jump into the Cooper Flagg sweepstakes.
As an aside, the Blazers shot 9 of 36 from 3 last night.
Con Knippel can fix that.
Not the worst pick.